Assalamu alaikum. Hello and welcome. Today, inshallah, we'll build NDB cluster. Before we build InnoDB cluster, InnoDB use InnoDB engine and NDB use NDB engine. InnoDB cluster also very powerful, but it depend on the MySQL replication. And in NDB, it's network database. It's more robust, more powerful, with more flexibility. Here it use data node synchronization and in memory, shared nothing. It's very powerful. Here we use data nodes to keep the data. Instead of external storage, we use data nodes. And we can have on the separate machine as well as in the same machine this MySQL. MySQL service will can be run on the same data node machine or can be on another machine. So in our case, mainly three topologies. First one is data node, second one is MySQL server node, and management server. The application definitely they will connect over the management client, but mainly server side for clustering, management server node, and you can see this picture, management nodes, SQL nodes, and data nodes. So in our case, three topologies: SQL nodes, data nodes, management nodes. I'm repeating. So here we will use it. In our case, we have three machines: MySQL 1, 2, 3. First and second, if you see, I mentioned here, first data node and MySQL node. We can make my 5 nodes also and put MySQL on that separate nodes, like 21, 20 to 23, but I'm saving the resources and only for the lab purposes, this is what I'm doing. And the first thing you should do, you should make the network by default, what we use, host only adapter, our first network adapter. So this is our first adapter, host only. You should enable the second as a NAT and then start. So all three nodes, because we need to access the repository from the internet. So second network adapter should be NAT. All machines are up. We'll see in the machine. These network are connected or no, we can check it. And for the first our connection, we use manual IP configuration, the first connection, and the second connection will be DHCP connect. So by default it's DHCP, so we'll keep the DHCP. We'll go to the second node. Meanwhile, we log in also to the third node. Here we have to, because this is first time NAT, we have to configure it and connect. We'll go to the wide setting. If see that after reboot, it should automatically connect again next time. Anyhow, we'll disable this network connection. This network connection will disable it, and we'll keep the first one because this is only for installation purpose. So connect automatically. This is what we need after restart. So this is there. Okay. And now we'll go to the third node and enable as well. If we are using offline installer like InnoDB we did, then in that case, we don't need to use this net. It's also connected. We can connect from our MOBAX session from outside and we'll check. This is the third node. Here we can see our first, this one is the IP, and this is the second DHCP IP it took automatically for internet. Let's see cd etc/yum dot repos d. We have one local repo. So what I will do, I will move this local repo to SW, that it I will make empty. I will use only MySQL repo. Currently in etc/yum.repos d, there are this is the folder where it maintain the repository etc/yum.repos d MB. This is also made by me, local repo. Okay, so local repo MB from here to SW. Normally I make the software folder. I will go there. So second node. Because in our case, the management node is 2223. So I'm keeping here first. cd etc/yum dot repos dot d and we local repo to SW. I moved it from there. Either you can delete or you can move. So all three machines. Okay, as per the notepad I'm mentioning here for installation, you should go in this link. Okay, I'm on that link. You should search for the, because what we are using Linux 8. So for Linux 8, you should download. I already download, and this one I will use for the. Okay, so which one we should download? Red Hat 8 repository setup package. So in our case, this is the one. If you can see, this is the one we just download. I will download again. So you can sign up Oracle account or log in using Oracle or sign up. No, just start my download. You can do like this. No need. I'm downloading this. And I will go there and one by one, because now if you see this one, in our case, what we'll use, this RPM, I can give the name. In our case, this is the release we will use. This is there already. Okay. So the RPM minus UVH, we don't need this. We'll use RPM minus IVH. This is the one. So we'll upload this one. SW and DV. Okay, we'll go dir/SW and DV. Minus P will use to create just that there will be a folder here. Will anything related to, and DB will put in this. So the RPM for the repository we have downloaded, so we'll use it from the download folders. CDSW and DB. So this RPM minus I. Currently, you know, cd/etc/yum dot repository. Nothing is there. So once we install RPM minus IVH/SW/NDB. So once we install, you will notice here that this MySQL repository has been created on the 222 node. We'll do on the mkdir/SW/NDB minus P. We'll add it to here. And then here we'll upload /SW. I'm using root user for all things. You can use any sudo user. Root is not recommended, but as a lab purpose, we can use it. If you see, there is nothing there. CDSW and DB RPM minus IVH. I mean install, we mean verbose, H for human readable format. And we are installing also in there. And here mkdir minus P/SW/NDB. Nothing is there. CDSW and DB RPM minus IVH. So we installed our repository and all three machines now working with MySQL community. The important thing that we don't need the MySQL community. We need MySQL cluster community. So what we'll do by the DNF config manager, will disable this, the regular MySQL from this, and will enable this one. If you want, you can see by this command. But the only now what I will do, I will run all command in the same time, all terminals, to save the time. And I will clear yum repo. So here we can check our repositories. If you see, you will find that all are MySQL. So these repos are there. These repos are available. So all are disabled except you will find enabled are MySQL. Okay, I will exit so you can see clearly from the one machine that what's happening if I go there. So if you see, the enabled one is so this is the enable MySQL community, MySQL tools, MySQL community server. But we need to enable MySQL cluster, so which is disabled currently. So again, I will convert it to write command on all terminals, clear. I will go there and I will disable normal MySQL repository. Sudo not required because already we are using root, but you can use it, will work, no issue. Okay, second config this one. Now enabling now MySQL cluster. I will again exit to show you now which repository is enabled. Any of the machine I'm running this command. So if you see, the cluster is enabled now, which was disabled before. Very good. Go back to our scripts. So here what we did, we downloaded, we install this RPM, then we disable the MySQL normal repository and enable the cluster community repository. And we can see these three are enabled, which are cluster, The sub-repository for NDB cluster has been enabled. Always the list of okay. Installing NDB cluster. Install the component for SQL nodes. So install the component for the SQL node. So in our case, as I mentioned, that 1 and 2 will be data node and SQL node. SQL node can be separate, but in our case, we are making SQL node and data node first and second node. So this is what we are installing MySQL software on the first and second server. So here we have to again exit from multi-execution and go to the first node, and then we have to run this one and we'll install it. And we'll also install in this. One thing we can do, sometime it make problem. So what I do, I disable and enable the first network, but let's see if it work fine. Then no issue. If it is not working, then we'll go for the workaround. Because having two network cards on one machine, so sometime it make problem. And this we will install. This is MySQL, and this also will be installed on first and second, and this will be installed on the management node. In the script, I clearly mention here that our management node cluster manager will be, or management node will be the third one. So we'll also start this on the third node. So as you can see, there is an error from internet. So the solution is we'll go there to in the node, and just what we'll do one by one, capture, disable the first, and just disable, enable, it will work. This is our first network. Turn off and connect, because from outside we are connecting, so we have to be keep it working. Then we'll go to the second node. Disabling the first, and then I'm enabling it, turn off, turn on, connect. Sorry, we have to, it did not disconnect. Let's try again. Will it work? This is for cluster manager 23. So let's see how it's going. Yes, it is working now. Yes. 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 We can give minus y in the beginning, but no issue. Yeah. While running, so it will not ask again and again. So cluster management server is ready for the software installed. Here it is installing MySQL service, and both there, once it finish, we'll install the data software. It will take some time. It is installing somehow big bundle MySQL software, where it will install with MySQL cluster community server, client, plugins, common data files, libraries. So this data node remaining, we installed. Okay. Doesn't matter because you can install first on the first and second node the cluster community, MySQL cluster community server. Then you can install. I'm saving time because it was taking time. So that's why I started on the third node. Sequence doesn't matter. Software should be installed. It's about to finish now. And meanwhile, we review more things. Nothing, ignore this one. Okay, this is for the network manager, which I graphically come off and on. So these are the, make sure your host file, your host file should have uh, all three machines. Not for this, always try to put the machine names of the same server. Like we can check it, installing the 223 node, our management server, cat etc/host. Already I have enter all three machines address, and we'll call by the machine name, not by the IP in the configuration files. So these three server, as I mentioned also clearly here, we'll use like this. So let's finish the installation. It's where it is simple, but not as simple as NDB cluster. Let's see our, yes, great. So it's installed. We'll go and take the copy of this one, the data node report installation, and we'll add the Y in the end. It's your choice. Minus Y this is if you see, this is the 2 to 1 node, first and second node. The third node I'm keeping here and just for my sake as a management server. So you should be very what I'm doing. So minus Y, and also here minus Y. It will not ask us again and again that you need it or no. So it's installing by itself, auto accepting. So data nodes will be ready. After that, what we have to do? So the software installation has been done. We'll create this file. First, configure the data node and SQL node. So in our case, we'll go there via etc mycnf. This file will create. Installation is finished here. If you see, data software is small. MySQL server was taking some time. If you see, we'll try something is there in that file. Yeah, there is something in that file. So we'll add our configuration in that file. So node we show vi being used to create the file, but the file is already there. We'll add this for each data node and SQL node in our example. Mysql should look like this. So what you will do, you will add this information, this NDB connection string. It should be location of management server should be 223. Where we reach, sorry, page down where we were. Yes, here. So in our case, the management server. So NDB connection string. Better what we'll do, we'll not put the IP. What we'll do, we'll put the machine name. This is the machine name. Okay. So we'll take from MySQL D option NDB cluster. And NDB cluster, NDB connection string. Third node will be location of management server. So this we have to copy only. Control C, shift insert. Okay. Not only this place, also here. vi/etc my.cnf and so we add in first and second node this entry. After entering the save this file and okay. So it's for the machine A and B and the SQL node. Yeah, in our case, both are SQL and data node are same important. Once you have started a MySQL with the DND connection in the MySQL D and MySQL connection of MySQL file has, as shown previously, you cannot execute any create or alter table statement without having actually started by the cluster. Okay, good. So now we'll go to the management node. In management node, what we'll do, we'll create this folder, which is not already. Let's see if it is because they are changing. They are by default sometime adding with the new software. So here 223 is our management server. Let's see this folder is there or no. No, its folder is not there. CD where lib. So you see here you cannot find. So and that's why we have to create this directory for the management node. I hope it's very clear now. Before we configure MySQL and data node, which are same. So go to that folder. Where on the management node. You have to create this file by yourself because there is nothing. Okay. Config should be represent. Okay. Now I already did this. NDB default pre-configured number of replica will be 2. Data memory 98 M. Okay. NDB underscore MGMD process will be the our third node here. By default is take the node ID 1. So we'll not do no NDBD here. We will are mentioning the data node information. Host will be this. In node ID will be 2. Okay, keep in mind that data node you can have even in one machine 2 data node as well. So, but here I don't want to confuse. So one data node per machine. So, but you have to assign a node ID to that, and the data it will keep where on this one. Data dir will be this one. This we have to create, by the way. This you will not find. So let first create this one in the first and second node. And another thing, and before that, let copy everything in that file. Okay, from here, this start. So again, I'm explaining this is data node and this is the information of data node with node ID 2. This is second data node, which node ID is 3. And this is MySQL node, which is also the same machine, first machine, but I change the node ID. I can give even 4, 5, but I'm just giving any node ID, but should not be given 1 because 1 is for the management. And if you have more than one management server, you can increase more. This is your choice. So you can go up to 144 data nodes. So here 13 I have provided. So from here, we'll copy this one in the management. Okay. I'm not starting. So again, review this. Okay. What I told that we should check this data DI, which directory it save, is it there or no? So we'll go there and check is it there or no. No, so we'll create it mkdir minus p. P mean that it complete path. You don't need to go in that folder and then create. It will create complete path minus p. So on the first and second node we have created. Another thing we can do it here, data dir, we can comment it. Suppose the cluster will use other data dir. Okay. Once it's saying, if you notice here for my CNF, that if even this information is enough to put inside, you don't know, this should be like this, only this information should be there. But I'm keeping other no issue, but the data dir, so it's enough. You can take the backup and in my.cnf only copy this information. Here, we also create this file, we create that myCNF and this world database later we can test it. Okay, after all configuration has been okay, fine. Initial startup NDB cluster. Start the cluster is not very different after this one. So this is the command to start the initially our cluster. And NDB must be told where to find. Okay. Okay, let's start it by this. I will go to management server and we'll run this command. And this command has, if you notice, we put everything in that file. All the information is there already, which is MySQL D. So this command know everything. This is the path we created, then this is the file, and we are saying ndb underscore mgmd. This is the command. Minus initial, first time only you will put this initial. So we are initializing. Bismillah. So without error, it executed. Great. Now this started. So what we do because we'll kill this command. We want to create the service for this. So we'll kill our first time it has been done. So we'll kill this one. And now we'll create a service for this. So how to create the service? You can use nano editor or vi editor, no problem. Shift and so this is the one. And then you go add the following things inside the service from here to here. This is the configuration. So it later we can use systemctl to start and stop. Control X, Y, enter. So now We'll run this command system ctl daemon reload. This is only we are doing on the management server. We create a service and we'll do this. It started. We'll check the status. Yeah, it's running again. One more time, check the status. Good, it is running. So and for after reboot, it should start automatically. You can enable the service like this one. So after reboot, it will start by itself. Okay, on each data node host, run this command to start the NDB process. Okay, so here NDB, enable MD, and here we are doing NDB. So the process of shutting down and then the start the data node, then we start the MySQL D. Okay. So once we run this command on the first node, which is data node and MySQL node. So if you see, it is saying it is connected, good, and we'll go there. We'll run NDBD on the second node as well. It's saying also it is connected, very good. So we can create again, we can kill it and we can, for the future, okay, we can kill it, make the service for this. So it can start auto. It's like a data node. It's like external storage. So we'll kill it and first we'll say, okay, this one is for the daemon, we'll made it, and then system start and DVD system status. Still MySQL D is not started. System, what we'll do, we'll do this command. Okay, later we'll make the service. Let's see. I will run this command. The service is not up. If you see, so even start should work. Status. MySQL D is not running. So let's start. You'll start MySQL D. It's active and running. Meanwhile, here we can go and dbmgm. This is the command you can use on the management server. Command is not found. Yes, so we run NDB MGM. Actually, it need these it will automatically download this and install from the repository. It required some client plugins. And libraries. So it installed. After that, I run this command ndb mgm. So it work and it go inside, and then I write the show. You can see there is the ndbd mean data nodes 221, 222 is connected, and the management node is node ID 1, and 12 and 13 we have given. These are our MySQL node. Our NDB cluster is ready. So this is our NDB cluster is ready now. The SQL node is reference. You can see the IP and information. Okay, reset the root password. You know, that there will you will find in that place this file. So make it same password in the both node. Go there, and you will find the password. This is the password for the first node. I will copy and I will close this. Normally it is not asking MySQL minus u MySQL minus u mean user root. Okay, and minus p, enter password. It will ask. I enter the password the same, and just reset the password and try to keep must keep the same password on all the nodes. So I will set the password like this on the first node. This is we have to done, and we'll go in the second file. Take this. And this is the password from there to there. We copy, close. MySQL minus u root minus p is password, and set the password. The same command you can use or manually you can write. So both machine password are same. So there is a command which is show engine ndb status g. You can run in the MySQL on the both node like I will run here. So it will show you the complete cluster status in MySQL as well. State ndb class connection, node ID 13, host to this is the management host connected to this host. One host is managing all. This is the port, two node number of count. Data nodes are 2, ndb class, ndb transaction, ndb. It's giving you complete information here related to ndb call or everything. Okay, if you run on the same on the second one, you can know this the same way. Okay. This is the same. Okay, let's create database amp. One of the now we are on the like first node. So I create a database amp. So show databases. So here we can see amp is there. If our data node synchronization okay, it should show here also on the second node as well. Databases. So amp is there. Yes, great. Okay. Now we go again back to use amp. Okay. So it's now the current database is amp. We create a table and keep in mind it will ignore in the application if you are not putting in engine equal to NDB cluster. Okay. The table created by NDB cluster engine will be in the synchronization. Zero rows, no issue. Okay, here we'll go use amp show tables. So there is one table, good. Star from NDB underscore test the created by amp. So we can see there is a data. So it's mean from first node, second node. So this is we tested that data is startup sequence, startup shutdown. First, we need to stop all the API node, system CTL, stop SQL, system CTL, stop as MySQL and then APIs. First API node, once all the API are shut down, then the database, all that management node for main node using single command. By this, so this is the command you will on stop MySQL, it will stop it. Okay, so I am going to make this NDB as a service as well. So it can create by itself. So stop MySQL here, stop MySQL here. Then because you remember I showed you here, they will kill the NDB and then we'll do this one. The service we just missed for the NDB service. So let's kill this on the both node and we'll rebuild it. It's stopped. Stopped. NDBD killed here. To start, you just try to NDBD, but here we'll use the system CTL. Then this left insert, okay, and just from there till there. Okay, Control X, Y, enter. The same we'll do for this first node. Y, enter. So both are started. See here it is telling in the management log that node shutdown completed signal, node shutdown completed. Here it is logging it. Okay, if you see, you write show, so then node connected. Before it was connected showing. The service has been, we have to reload the daemons, okay, on the both node. And then we have to start and enable it. Reload the daemon and then so you just created now system enable. Okay, let enable it later start, no issue. Enable mean if you restart the machine, it will automatically start. And now start it. data node should be up because data node is the storage. So first be up before starting the MySQL D. And you can monitor from here this status show. It's automatically start showing because it's up. Now it's saying our data node are up. Okay, and still API node are not connected. To go there and if machine reboot, it will automatically start. But you remember we stop the, if you see this, we stop our MySQL systemctl start MySQL D. Systemctl start MySQL D. So if you see here in the log, it is running, it will say started node 2. It's telling us that let's see when it's blue, we'll see. Now we know what we have done for the data node, MySQL node, and management node, and we can see the status by this way. We'll test the table, startup, shutdown sequence. I'll tell you, if you stop the MySQL node and you can data management node, it will take care if you run this command ndb_mgm -e shutdown. On management, it will also take care of the data nodes. Single command. Okay, so if we see this is up, now let's see show. If all services are running, all the, if you, these are network load balancer, if no issue, one node is down, second is still entertaining and synchronizing. So that's all. We'll inshallah more videos on MySQL, Postgres, Linux, and Oracle, SQL Server. See you again. Thank you. Bye-bye.